You are welcome to another inspirational episode of Thrive Drive with Gbenga Mathew Owotoki.
It's a blessed day unto you, and I want to specially welcome you to this edition of Thrive Drive. I believe that God has created you for a purpose, and He has made every provision available for you to fulfill that purpose. So it's very important for you to understand and discover what that purpose is, and also to look inward and trust God for Him to make the supplies required for you to fulfill that purpose. Thrive Drive is going to address a lot of issues that that surrounds our purpose in life, and it's going to be an avenue through which we can connect together and be a blessing to one another. Always know this, that God has not created you to be a survivor. He's created you to thrive. He has made everything available for that purpose. I want to implore you to join me every week for inspiring edition of the Thrive Drive. Today I'll be talking about something that we might have been aware of, letting go. Letting go. What you need to let go in life for you to fulfill that which God has called you to fulfill. What do you need to let go in life for you to be the best that God wants you to be? For some people, God is calling you to let go of unholy relationship that are not beneficial, relationship that are rather parasitic to your destiny. God wants you to let go of such relationship. God wants you to let go of terrible habits that has the capacity to truncate your life and stop you in your track. God wants you to let go of bitterness and animosities and hurt. It's very, very, very important. So many times we find ourselves in situations where we are being hurt by even close friends of ours, and then there's that tendency for you to want to dwell in that pain, to want to dwell in that hurt. You need to realize that that is not God's plan for you. Definitely it is natural for us to be hurt as human, but what is not good is for you to dwell and build your nest in unforgiveness. I remember a story that we might be familiar with, the story of Leonardo da Vinci, one of the greatest painters of his days. He was the one that that designed or that painted the Lord's Supper that is world acclaimed. And if you know the story behind that painting, it's quite interesting. He had a violent argument with one of his fellow painters, and then he decided that as a way of paying back what that fellow painter has done, he was going to paint the face of the painter into the face of Judas, thereby handing that man, to successive generation in infamy. And now he went ahead to do that, and when people around saw the face of Judas, they were able to recognize that, oh, this was the face of that fellow painter. But something interesting happened. When Leonardo moved ahead to paint Jesus, he discovered that he couldn't go ahead to do that. He discovered that he was always meeting a brick wall. Every attempt he made to paint the face of Jesus, he was not able to do that. And then it occurred to him that probably what must be wrong was because he painted the face of his friend into the face of Judas. And then he said, no, I am going to undo that. If I'm going to paint the face of my master, then I must let go of that bitterness. And eventually he was able to let go, and then he was able to go ahead to paint the face of Jesus Christ. And then, of course, that painting has gone ahead to be one of the most acclaimed successes in paintings, during his own time and even in our world today. What a great lesson for us there. When Da Vinci moved past his right to hurt even his fellow painter, he was able to receive or to achieve that level of success in the painting of the Lord's Supper. He allowed the love of Jesus to fill his heart. He allowed Jesus to come in and to soothe his pain and to empty his heart of all the poison and all the venom that hurt has done to him. So also the Lord is talking to somebody today. Why not let go? Yes, I know that person has done terrible things against you. Oh, your heart has been broken so many times. And do you know that sometimes that heartbreaks are God's way of saving you from impending dangers? Do you know that heartbreaks may be God's way of saving you from the calamity that is coming right in front of you? If only we're able to see the dangers that God is saving us from. So many times we'll just lift up our hands and just keep praising God in the beauty of his holiness. God is speaking to you today. Why not let go of that hatred? Let go of that hurt. Let go of that bitterness. And let the love of Christ, come into your heart. So many times we dwell and we build a nest in unforgiveness, and as a result that thing grows into a monster to stop us in our track. If only we can allow Jesus, the balm of Gilead, to come touch our heart and change that situation, then we'll have the cause to live our life in peace, in joy, and in happiness. You must realize that the person that enrages you indirectly controls your life. Because when you get to bed, it's the person you're thinking about. What are you thinking about? The way, probably you're thinking of how you're going to repay that person in his own coin. But then I want to encourage you. It's important for you to forgive those, even sometimes, who deliberately hurt you. It's important for you to forgive them. Because, it makes them look small. It's like heaping coals of fire upon their head. God expects us, admonishes us to forgive at all times. When you let God to come in and flood your heart with his love and with his joy, you will not live in regret. You will not live in bitterness. You will not live in animosity. You are bigger than that hurt. You are bigger than that pain. God has a special purpose for your life. When you allow someone that has hurt you to come in, feel your thought, feel your mind, that person has the tendency of breathing a life of fear, even through you. Because in everything you do, you're so careful. So you're living in fear. And when you have a fearful present now, you can imagine how your future will turn out to be. Let God heal your heart. Free the person, and by so doing, you will regain your peace, you regain your joy, you regain your happiness. I'll be right back after this time out.
These are life-changing books authored by Gbenga Mathew Owotoki. Be sure to read these books by Gbenga Mathew Owotoki. Godpreneur, Trapping the God Principles That Framed the Universe. A Walk into Eternity, an inevitable expedition of the human race. Don't quit. Your best days lie ahead. Mountaintop Boulevard, a pilgrim's journey into bliss. Kingdom Attitude for Contagious Christian Living. Available on Amazon and other online and retail bookstores.
Welcome right back, and I believe you have been powerfully blessed by this edition of Tribe Drive, and I want to please appeal to you. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can also have this regular dose of the Tribe Drive series, and also share this video with your friends. And I believe that someone out there needs to hear this word. And I know that your life will never remain the same. Until I come your way again next week for another life-changing edition of Tribe Drive, keep thriving. Don't just survive. God bless you.
I hope you have enjoyed this edition of Thrive Drive. For more inspiration, you can connect with Gbenga through the addresses shown on your screen. Until I come your way with another life-changing episode of Thrive Drive, keep thriving and God bless.